Hello, it's me again, and today is November 3rd, my nephew Christopher's birthday. Happy birthday, Christopher. I released 1.6 pounds last night, which shocked me, but I think that maybe that's what Dr. Simeons was talking about when he said how you'll go through this phase of not losing, but things are happening, and then all of a sudden you'll have a bigger loss. So my total loss today on very low calorie diet day 25 is 21 pounds. So I'm pretty happy. And yeah, so things look good. Yesterday I made no sense. I was trying to talk about how being social was, how food was all centered around being social and everything, and how I really like to be social, and I really wasn't making sense because I am an introvert, and I guess what I'm saying is that it's hard for me to be social, and I feel like it's important to be social. So having social things centered around food is what made it easier for me. It's something to do to occupy yourself while you're being social. I love being social with my family. I love being social with my extended family. I'm really good one-on-one with friends. I'm not good meeting new people. I think I'm afraid that I'll offend people, and I'm not sure why, except that I think people have acted offended by things that I've said or done. And I think that's just because sometimes I'm clueless. So sorry if I ever say anything or do anything on the video or otherwise that might come across that way, because I don't mean it. I really like people. I just don't know what to say all the time. So anyway, so that's that little thing. So about today, I thought it was a very interesting day. I learned some lessons. Here are some don'ts for you. Don't wake up late and then be so lazy that you don't right away take your HCG, and then right away, as soon as 20 minutes or 30 minutes have passed, eat, and then right away take your vitamins, because I just didn't feel like it, and I stayed up in my room and was reading a book, and then all of a sudden I had to take my HCG while I was running out the door, and I had no food. I just brought one of my new bottles of water. Yummy. I brought that with me, but I had no food, except I also grabbed the pizza breadsticks because I wanted to show them to my husband. So I ate a breadstick, and that's all I had. And so while we were out, I needed to stop and get some food. And by the time we did that, I think it was close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I got an apple, and I got some Campari tomatoes. I ate 3 of the tomatoes, and they were good. That worked for me. I wasn't hungry as soon as I ate them, but I, knew that I was needing something. I hadn't taken my vitamins either, so I had not had potassium, magnesium, etc., etc., etc. So then we bought the apples, and I don't know if it was a new kind of apple or what it was, but it was sweet, and I could not finish it. It made me almost gag. It was like eating a spoonful of sugar, and it just wasn't floating my boat. So I gave the rest of it to my husband, and I counted that it was half of a medium apple. I counted it as a small apple, but I'd rather average high than average low. So as far as my calories, that's what I did. But then I got home. Oh no, then we stopped at Starbucks and sat there for at least an hour, and I drank 3 tall coffees, and I can't think of how many ounces that must be, but it seems like maybe 12, which technically compared to a cup of coffee, not a mug of coffee, but a cup of coffee, which is technically a serving, that would be like having 6 cups of coffee. So, yeah, so I was really wired and had tons of energy and got home and like hit the floor because I was so tired and so just like exhausted. So I took my vitamin. No, I first made some food. I had veal and a couple more tomatoes since I'd already had them. I figured I'll make that my veggie because I could have a couple more. And so I ate that, and then I took my vitamins, and I started to feel a little bit better, but I also felt like I should eat my other protein because I don't want to eat it later. It's already 8 o'clock at night. So it was only like half an hour later, I ate chicken and cucumbers, and that ended up, I am stuffed, really stuffed, and done with my calories for the day. I'm totally not hungry and just enjoying sipping my water and everything. But it is weird. I do not recommend running out the door without food, even though I think I'm far enough into it and feeling good enough that it didn't really matter. I wasn't overcome with hunger like I was early on. And Mel, again, thanks for reminding me about the L-glutamine, because I'm sure that must be what's holding off any cravings, and I feel like I've totally lost my taste for sugar, which of course could come back very soon. But anyway, at this point, that's how I feel. And see, my cat's down here trying to get up, and I'm not going to let him because he'll take over the show, and I won't be able to finish. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, so things are good today. I did figure it out on my calendar that my last HCG day will be on November 11th. So basically I have a week of HCG with very low calorie diet, and then 3 days of the very low calorie diet, and that gives me 5 days to work on phase 3 before I go out of town. And that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to end up starting, how I had it before was I'd be going out of town on the same day I was starting phase 3. And I really don't want to mess up on phase 3. And I've just heard too many stories of people who immediately, they go to phase 3 and they're like, I don't know what's going on because I can't stabilize my weight. And I just don't want that to happen to me. So I want to be home so I can think it through, do it slowly, and yeah, all that. And also I want to make sure that anything I take for the car trip, because it's like a 7-8 hour car trip, that these are going to be things that I really do okay with. Like, I don't want to take a bag of nuts and then find out I can't eat nuts. Although I understand peanuts are different from the other nuts as far as peanuts being more starchy. So I'll probably not try peanuts right away. Anyway, it's amazing how entertaining it is for me to plan phase 3, and I don't know if any of you are doing it, but I did read a couple things where people laughed about how you plan your first phase 3 meal for a long time, and I sure have that on my mind. And something interesting too is that I haven't been able to do this for most of the time, but the past 2 days I've been looking through recipes, and I'm not feeling in any way like tempted or anything. I just feel really good, and I think the only thing that would really make me feel better, the only thing I think I'm missing, is that I'm not sleeping right. And part of me just feels like it's the HCG, and I hate to blame it on that, but really it's almost like because I'm on HCG, I mean, I've woken up early before, taken it, and then tried to go back to sleep and I can't. But I don't know, it's just so in my system. The other thing is I went a long time with no coffee, and I have been drinking coffee, but usually early enough in the day. Like today, I drank coffee till probably about 4:30, maybe close to 5 o'clock. So that's probably going to cause me problems, now that I think of it. And I do have somewhere to be in the morning. So, yeah, I'm not doing my planning very well, and I'm a big planner, so it's kind of hard for me. Anyway, thanks for just being there. Thanks for all the support. I've been watching your videos. I don't always comment because sometimes I don't really know what to say, but I do really appreciate watching them. And Mr. Ronan's mommy, I just so badly want to encourage you to try the lower dose of the homeopathic HCG. Like I said, I know it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for so many people, at least to get started on it, at least to continue with what you're doing, so that if you do get some of the prescription HCG, that you've at least had this under your belt. And I really, really hear over and over and over for people that their hunger increases when they raise the dose, but when they lower the dose, their hunger is much better. And I don't know why consistently the bottles apparently say take 10 to 15 drops 3 times a day, because I hear over and over it's more like 6, 7, or 8 drops under your tongue 3 times a day. And which in that case, I guess more is not better. And I think it's the same for HCG prescription, that I don't think always more is necessarily the case. In my case, I did raise it a little bit, but in reality it wasn't that much. It's like 16 IUs per day more than I'm taking, and I just did it for the ease of the mixing and everything. But anyway, I just want to put a thank you God out there. I'm so relieved. I feel like I'm starting to feel like myself. I'm wearing some jeans that I feel more comfortable in, and not hanging out all over my clothes, and I can wear fitted clothes, and just not feeling so self-conscious anymore. So really thankful for that. I'm thankful that I feel healthier. I feel like possibly the pizza cravings might be gone. Possibly, although I still think that's something I'll struggle with probably for the rest of my life. Although I wondered how it would work on phase 3 to eat the top off the pizza and leave the crust behind, as long as the veggies on it are not something I shouldn't have, because I guess you got to be careful about veggies too when you first start. So anyway, just a thought, kind of an anxious thought, I guess. Anyway, all right, so I will talk to you all tomorrow, and I hope everything's going well for all of you, and yeah, check in tomorrow.